Today I'm at the Fairfield Cemetery, which was established in 1846, and it's now listed on the Register of Historic Burial Grounds. And this is the stone of Dr. Harold Urey. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1934. He was involved in making the atomic bomb. One of the chemicals that he created was used in the atomic bomb and part of the Manhattan Project during World War II. And after the bomb was built, he tried to persuade President Harry Truman in 1945 to not drop the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But he's a very, very important person. After the war, he taught classes in college and continued his research. But this is the stone of Dr. Harold Urey. But this is a wonderful cemetery. A lot of interesting stones, a lot of interesting people who were buried here from the Civil War until the present. We have a lot of cedar trees, which are very common in cemeteries, common trees to plant. We have a lot of an interesting section here with a row of the cedar trees and some interesting stones under the cedar trees. The next photo that we're going to show you is of Ellsworth Hamilton, and he was a brick mason, and he designed and built his own tombstone. And then after that, it was relocated to the cemetery in Fairfield. In this picture, we have the family named Sherlock. On the left-hand side of the stone, you see that it is rough and it's unfinished, which symbolizes that the life is unfinished. It was cut short. On the right side of the stone is a Corinthian column, which symbolizes strength and support. And then at the bottom of the Corinthian column is a fern, and it symbolizes humility and sincerity. So this Sherlock family, whoever it was who was buried here first, died before his or her time, was very strong and provided support. In the next picture that we have, this is Jacob Rao, and he has a symbol here of the weeping willow tree. And your weeping willow trees adapt to the wind and blows in either direction, which means that the family is going to adapt to his death, even though they're in extreme mourning and grief. And the weeping willow, as one of the tombstone symbols, also symbolizes immortality. That if one branch on the weeping willow tree dies, the tree withstands. This is the stone of Nicholas Spindler. A complete mastodon skeleton was found on his farm by his son Laurel, and this was in 1897, and a year later, 1898, it was sold to Andrew Carnegie for a very small sum. And this was in 1898, and it was sold to Andrew Carnegie, and it is now in the Museum of Natural History in Pittsburgh. It's been on display continuously until around 2021, when they began restoration, and it's now behind glass, and we have a couple of pictures for you of the skeleton and the restoration. But this was a very important discovery that was made on Nicholas Spindler's farm by his son Laurel. And this is Nicholas Spindler's tombstone, and his wife is also beside him. So that's all I have today. Tune in again next time when we will feature another cemetery in DeKalb County.